Assalamualaikum and good day. For BMCG 3713 Thermodynamics 2 online project, I am Muhammad Shukri bin Basiran as a representative for Group 10 will introduce our group title journal, which is Performance Testing and Optimization of a Split Tire Air Conditioner with Evaporatively Cool Condenser. There are 5 criteria we'll discuss. First, introduction or basic principle of system. Second, schematic and explanation. Third, method of performance analysis. Fourth, performance calculation of the system. 5, suggestion of the system improvement. For introduction, in this research, one of the best methods to lower the high cost of traditional air conditioners is to use one with an evaporative condenser. Evaporatively condenser to minimize power consumption and increase the performance of traditional air conditioners by combining the advantage of both water-cooled and air-cooled condenser. By comparing the finding from an air conditioner with a typical type air-cooled condenser, the influence of evaporatively cooling on performance metric and energy efficiency was determined. The COP cooling capacity and total power input for split-type air conditioners with an evaporatively condenser was significantly influenced by the outdoor relative humidity and temperature. The performance of a residential inverter split-type air conditioner with an evaporative cool condenser was investigated in this study. Therefore, for the objective of this research, first, to investigate the performance of a split-tire air conditioner that used evaporative cooling, to evaluate the impact of external temperature and relative humidity on total power consumption and COP. For basic principle of the system, basically the principle of air conditioning is based on the law of thermodynamics. An air conditioner operates using the refrigeration cycle. Specific refrigerants are needed as the working fluid in the refrigeration cycle. An air conditioner goes through 4 processes: compression, condensation, expansion, and evaporation. Typically, an air conditioner is made up of 4 major components: compressor, heat exchanger, fan, and expansion valve. In air conditioning system, pipes are needed to transfer heat energy from indoor to outdoor. Insulation is always required in an air conditioning system to prevent energy loss. An air conditioner not just cool or reduce the temperature of the air, it also dehumidifies the air to a level that is comfortable to humans. An air conditioner always also provide a certain degree of air filtration during the
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So this is the drawing of the schematic diagram of this study. As you can see, there are 2 identical inverter split type air conditioners, and these 2 were used to investigate the influence of the evaporative cooling of the condenser. And both air conditioners were operated with R410A refrigerant, while one of them was operated with a conventional air-cooled condenser. The condenser of the other one was evaporatively cooled. A water tank continuously feeds the evaporative pads of the latter via a small circulation pump. Preliminary analysis showed that the water tank of 20 liter volume was sufficient for the evaporative cooling system. The evaporators of both air conditioners were placed in the same cooling space that has a large floor area of 100 meters square. The large cooling space enabled the air conditioners to operate continuously. Thus, the comparison was performed under conditions where both systems were operated at full load. The evaporative pad is placed 3 cm in front of the condenser of number 2 air conditioner. Temperature and relative humidity measurement devices are located in the gap between the condenser and the pad. The measurement points are given in red colored letters. T, P, and RH represent the temperature, pressure, and relative humidity, respectively. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and thank you for the previous presentation. So now we will proceed to the next subtopic, which is the methods of performance analysis. So there are 3 types of performance analysis. The first one is equations, second is table, and the third one is graph. So for the equations, there are 2 kinds of equation. The first one is work input and the second one is total power input. So the writer used to insert the first equation into the second equation in order to get the total power input for the conventional type and the evaporative condenser type. The second one is table. the writer use this table to find the constant variable, which is the first one is the accuracy of measurement device, and the second one is factors, their levels, and experimental values. So for this second table, the writer compare the experimental values for A and B based on the constant variable given. So this kind of table is has the capability to help the writer saving a lot of searching time. So the third one is graph. The writer used two different kind of graph, which is the first one is temperature versus entropy, and the second one is pressure versus enthalpy. The writer plot the graph to see its pattern, relationship between the two elements. So in conclusion, the method of analysis is very crucial part, because with this method of analysis, it can enhance all the readers' understanding to the next level. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is NORDIN, and today I will explain about performance calculations of the system, which is in this subtopic. I will explain about the equation, relation, and the result obtained from the system. So based on the article, the system is performed is calculated using an ideal vapor compression refrigeration. So they believe that the pressure is to be constant, where P2 is equal to P3 and P1 is equal to P4, and then the work output in the compressor is computed as in the equation 2 as stated there. So here the total power input definition for both systems are different, so there are several equations to find them, and for the conventional and evaporative condenser types, which is as stated in equation 3 and 4. And to find the flow rate of the refrigerant, we use this equation 7, and then to find the heat condenser, they use equation 8 and 9, and then to find the COP of the refrigerant, they use equation 10, and then to find the evaporative mass by using the equation 11 stated there. And then the table for show this comparison of performance parameters obtained from the calculations 4, and then table 5 is the evaporative pair effectiveness for the different combinations, and then from the data and the calculation that be done, and then the graph, the TS and PS diagram has plotted to find the result and the difference between the CT and EC. And then at table 7, according to the result obtained, the electricity consumption can be reduced even at a high level of RH for warm, moderate climatic conditions, and contrary for popular belief. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. So in this part, I will explain about suggestion of system improvement. So first we have to reduce evaporator losses, next we have to reduce condenser losses, and lastly we have to reduce compressor losses. So for the first part, which is reduce evaporator losses, first we have to correctly size evaporator. So the evaporator should be sized to the load. Selecting appropriately sized compressor up front can make or break efficiency. So for example, two equally sized compressor, each running at 50% capacity, can require 30% more horsepower than one compressor running at 100%. So second, we have to clean and defrost evaporator coils. So clean and defrost evaporator coils as needed to avoid ice build-up and a reduction in heat transfer efficiency. So removing ice from evaporator coils is one of the most important aspects of controlling a refrigeration system. So we jump to next step, which is reduce condenser losses. First, we have to locate condenser to allow good airflow. So providing fresh air and unrestricted airflow to condenser that reject heat into the outside air will prevent air from recirculating back into the condenser inlet. Second, we have to correctly size condenser. Size condenser to suit the load. So if the condenser is too small, the condensing temperature will increase, or if it too large, it will cause subcooling and vaporizing of the refrigerant. So there is no denying, in fact, that a bigger AC unit with more horsepower has a greater ability to keep a space cool. So the last part, which is reduce compressor losses, compressor selection. The efficiency of the system is measured by the coefficient of performance, which is COP. So we already know that the higher the COP, the more efficient the system. So your condenser unit should be placed in a space that allow it to breathe freely. Second, we have to compressor load. So individual compressor working in sequence should be checked to ensure that the time intervals at which they operate at part load ratio are less than 70%. Simply put, bigger is not always better when buying a new air conditioner or refrigerator. So in fact, bigger than big a mistake that cost you a lot of money upfront as well as in the future. So there is no denying the fact that a bigger AC unit with more power has a greater ability to keep a space cool. So that's all from me for suggestion of system improvement of refrigeration. Thank you.